Sio lelelelele. Sio waidieka. Nima goneka. Sio wagoneka para play. Sio waidieka. Sio lele. Sio lelelelele. Sio waidieka. So ya nima ya sie. Ayanya se aminimo ase. Awakoje se aminimo ase. The captain say we force away ase. The chairman say aminimo ase. Chame greda Fasa greda Donga de pio Donga de mao Achame nuo Ya fasa greda nuo Mati fabwe nuo Yes, yellow say when you are we say for fabwe nuo Sarah say nuo So Oi me idiara pana eto Nima kante ya yiye endo kwa kape Nima kwa pie Katwe Naka no kadenya ebo Yebo wenadia Kano katenya ebo Yebo wenadia Naka no kadenya ebo Rofa kante kano kadenya ebo Yebo Makibi kano kadenya ebo Sano kante kano kadenya ebo Yebo wenadia Kru menone Ewele kante ebo Yebo wenadia Kranke mo kante ebo Kranchile ebo Yebo wenadia Pasa kano kadenya Brewa se kante ebo Yebo Brewa chi kano kadenya ebo Yebo wenadia Kre kasi re ebo Babolume kano kadenya Maso raro ebo Biba meomwe unu pomada Maka kengaro yio ebo Kasi say Kupe re ebo Naka no kadenya ebo Kwita pisa Kanko uko ebo Waka makwe kadobe fatu Nima kobe yerasi ebo Blue Oh, Nima yasie Adekwa yabe Mesa kwa yaye Akuluka Adeble Ya bobo bala so Ya bobo kele Bobo bala so Ya bobo bala Yibo bala yisu nelu so Ya bobo kele Kanima kibetwa so Ya bobo kele Kanima kolotwa so Kapolotwa Kanima kante kibetwa so Ya bobo kele Ya bobo bala so Ya bobo bala yisu nelu so Ya bobo kele Referee ya komu so Wano mo faba nyangwi ya yade ye so Ya no mo nambe fodwamba ya blasi tu so Wa kipo be proka ya presi ya tu so Ya bobo kele Kanima kibetwa so Ya kibetwa kaso kodwa kayo kodwa so Ya bobo kele so Ya bobo kele so Meno Ya bobo kele Me What's the matter of the game? Alright. Who says so? Everybody. Who is everybody? Nima sports every company. We drew my so goya bonki. A little cabin. Goya bonki. Nima kobe ya siki. A nima kantia kobe ya siki. A little cabin. A piekare baki. A nima kantia kobe wabluki. Na bulu wana yata wabluki. A nima kantia kobe wabluki. A little cabin, go ya bonki, ya bonje we one wo cookie. A little cabin, go ya bonki, a little nima kante ya siki. So ya siki nima tombi. A little nima kante tombi. A little cabin, go ya bonki, ya bonki. A nima kante tete kalune. A little cabin, go ya bonki. y'a bon Dieu vous connaît au goût. Allez le cœur, qui vient qu'à le parti. Grand groupe bateau, il est comme un wada pour goût. Allez le cœur, c'est dans le loup. Deux y'a pas c'est pour ma moi, ton amour. Allez le cœur, à ma sortie, c'est si pied. Allez le cœur, à peu na pour toto. Y'en a y'a c'est du mon corps pour goût. Y'a que pour goût, qu'elle peut me voilà mon. Ni makantia komu kakomu no kakomu kukate ikegugu ya boma weji makodu pika so kon ya bon kon ya bon ni makante ya siki ni makante kobe ya siki kama koti kobe koku dani to tino kono soka yine ko umekwa kono ya yite kuna kono ke bono kono me ande kama fibi koku fibi chebe maya.
Nema County advanced to the next stage of the National County Sports Meets in Liberia. This evening they just played Grand Kitmore County, and of course 3 games to make it 4. James Tappe led Nema County to victory. Good evening and welcome to the Heat Hour program here on BKS TV. On the Heat Hour, we see dialogue in our confrontation. We see words in our bullet. From the African Cup of Nations to Egypt won Cote d'Ivoire this evening, 3-2. Cote d'Ivoire is out of the African Cup of Nations. Of course, Abdul is joining us here again on the show tonight so that we can discuss football. Football. Today was a great one too at the Samuel Kando Sport Complex there. And of course, we're going to discuss a bit of football for like 15 minutes before we bring on our guest here tonight on the show. My name is Junior Payne, your regular host of the Heat Hour program on BKS TV. Today is the 10th of the first month, the 10th day of the first month, 2026. And today having to be Saturday here in East Africa, few minutes to Sunday. Of course, wherever you're watching us from this evening, you can tell us in the comment section where you're watching us from. What's your personal feelings about today's win against Grand Kitmore County? With no time to waste, let me bring on Abdul as we get started with tonight's edition of the Heat Hour program with a sport talk for like 15 minutes. Abdul, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Yeah, thank you, guys. Thank you.
I know you look really excited this evening. Your prediction actually came true when you appeared here the last time on the show. You predicted how this game was going to be. How do you feel of this win today against Grand Kitmore County?
Yeah, thank you. I said the last time actually has a better team than County. In that case, also one person that they are depending on, who is Ralph Weir. If you can keep Ralph Weir quiet in the game, and then you can win the game. And that's what Neymar did for almost 60% of the game today. We're able to keep him quiet in most part of the game. But it's difficult to keep a good player 100% out of the game. So I think, yeah, that was a great game though.
Yeah, thank you. There, I think they are our host kind of one. So let us know now. So it's Kitmore who all qualify for the semi-final now.
Yeah, so for now, only 2 teams have qualified for the semi-final. That is Neymar and Kitmore, and Neymar tapping the zone. So that means Neymar will be actually looking at Margibi and that of Grand Crew. They both teams stand better chance in their zone with Monserrat and a Grand Passer, which I think both teams have already dropped. But let's see how tomorrow result will be looking at. So depending on who taps the zone, if Margibi taps the zone, that means Neymar will be playing Grand Crew. But if Grand Crew taps the zone, then Neymar will be playing Margibi.
Yeah, someone told me that they say Grand Kitmore. I think I saw on Daryl Dillon play that Grand Kitmore and Grand Kitmore going to play. They can carry that pen, that lawyers, that everything. And then I saw someone gonna post about man Baka Jaliba. I said, man, getting ready to fire protest. Greg getting ready to fire protest. But I think our team shows resilience. You know, when you depend on a team like this, like you said, team that is well balanced, team that can win. You got so many different players that you can use to win games. You don't have one player, and I think it gives us hope that we will do well. I enjoy the goal from our Messi, the country Messi. You know, he
So
exemplified the true characteristics of a striker. Right, the ball came in. You had another defender that was going for it, and then but yet and still he was still hopeful, still waiting, prepared just in case that guy missed it. And that's exactly what happened. He missed it, and it got to him, and then he struck. So I think we are well balanced. He and the Keita Pekin, I really like both of them. I think they are good players, and I think with the way they are playing, will continue to do well. But Neymar stands a good chance to win. This Kidman team and the team we played the last time, both teams were really good, especially the one we played last time, River G. Regardless of the fact that if they made it or not, but they were two good teams, and with the performances that we've had so far, I think Neymar stands a really good chance at winning it all. And I want to send a shout out to our journalist Genesis Bemi, the man who doing extremely well, carrying out all the games live. He's doing extremely well, and I want to say thanks to him, even though his team Boncante came to donate points. Yeah, but I want to say thank you so much, Genesis, Matthew, and Rosling, and all those our team members who are out there making the effort to update our page and bring the game live to us. Thanks to all of you.
Thank you so much,
yes,
Abdul. Now,
so I wanted to look at the technical aspect of the game. So I think Coach Mamadi Shabiri was actually using a full 3-3 system where he was using James Tapper on the 11 wing on the left power, Prince Leash, the striker, on the right, and Mohamed Keita on the right wing playing the 7. So in the midfield, he had this Ezekiel Fanning. I keep telling you about this number 20. Watch out for him. The guy is very good. He's one of those who stabilized in the midfield there defensively. Then he had Josiah C and Mambandi. So when you look at the composition of Neymar midfield, they are not only skill and strength, but they also have height. If you look at the Mambandi guy, you look at Josiah C, you look at Fanny, all of them have height, 6 feet and above, and they are also strong. Then when you look at the defense, you got Moba who are playing the left back. He really did well because he was against the parents, or how you call it, as we are picking, and who's one of the key players in the tournament. And you have Ezekiel Leno, one of the most experienced defender there, the Borry guy, and Lincoln Law. And Lincoln Law, I think we all see the goal from Tape. We trying to praise the goal. Tape, how he was relaxed. His tracking was okay. The ball didn't go away from him, but don't take anything away from that cross. That cross was perfect. The dipping of the ball, went perfectly above that defender who tried to ball it out, but he couldn't go. So Lincoln Law, we should also give him credit for that. Our keeper Tobo did very well. I was a little bit skeptical about starting Tobo today because that Liberian football. Tobo is from Barnumsville. The Kema coach is from Barnumville. The Kema coach has a sport program that Tobo and other guys are part of. So I thought maybe he would have done something mysterious, but I think he stood his ground and really did well today.
Now, looking at the next phase of the competition, when you compare and contrast the teams that will go to the semi-final, where do Neymar stand? Do you think will qualify for the final stage of this competition?
Yeah, so from what I see Cape Man and Neymar, or Neymar and how you call it, Magibi into final. Trust me, Magibi got a very good ball. They drew with Neymar in standing play, and they have been winning almost all their games. Cape Man also has another strong team. This is their first defeat. though Lofa beat them, but they took the point away from Lofa out of protest, which we can put it against them as a defeat. Yeah, the same with Neymar too. Neymar has not conceded any defeat yet in the tournament as well. So these are the three teams that we should be looking out for: Neymar, Cape Mount, and that of Orewa G. I'm not taking anything away from Grand Crew. They are a very good team, but from the two games I watched from them from SKD, I think they are the lesser of the 4 teams that are left. And I can see Margibi tapping a zone, meaning that Neymar will be playing Grand Crew, and then Cape Mount and Margibi will have to find it out. So I see either Neymar and Cape Mount or Neymar and Margibi into final.
No matter the result today.
So to our chances, if we meet Grand Crew, I think there's a high possibility of qualifying for the final. If we meet Margibi, that's going to be a tough match, although I see Neymar going through, but trust me, it will be a very tough match.
Great. Today game, no matter how the result was going to be, Neymar was still going to qualify. What was your expectation when it comes to the substitute players from Neymar County team?
Yeah, the substitution was not really bad. I think from what I observed about Coach Mamadi, I think he's result oriented. He wants to win with high school. He wants to win every game. So apart from that, we got long time for rest because today Saturday, we got Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday before the next game. So maybe that's the reason why he's taking Keita. In my mind, I felt that there was a need to bring Derek Dine in for at least the last 20 minutes in the game so that you can give a rest to Josiah C or Keita. And there was a need to rest Jean Stappe again, but Jean Stappe, because this is his first goal at SKD, he scored twice in San Nicolet. So sometimes some of the big players, they don't let to be substituted. Maybe that's the reason why Mamadi keep using, but I felt that there was a need to also rest him for Clarence Mann, who was the MVP in the district league. So he needed to give most of the key player rest. But again, we are going through with our injury and with our 2 yellow cards. So we are on course. We got a very strong bench. But then again, most of the guys on the bench, talent will not be shown in Montserrado because there are a lot of big players and the games are very difficult games that you cannot take risks with.
Now, Abdul, I got to ask you this question because I think people trying to politicize it, you can give your fair analysis about this. Why is it that the turnout on SKD is nowadays poor when it comes to people monitoring the game, both from Neymar, from other counties? The turnout is really poor. What do you think is the cause of this?
There are several factors we should be looking at. I think the first factor could be poor publicity. Trust me. You will not believe that there were a few people who thought Neymar was playing tomorrow. And I had to let them to know that, oh no, Neymar was playing today. My own brother, William Ziambo, called me this morning and thinking that Neymar was playing tomorrow. So the publicity of when each team is playing, I think it's a little bit poor. The next thing I also observed is that the new, how you call it, form or shape that the country league is taking, which we are having a kind of group stage within a semi-final. That's another thing. Another thing also has to do with the ticket price. Around the fee is 500. That is the first time. Most of the time, around the fee used to be 200, but now it's 500. So I think all of those factors are playing their own part when it comes to how well the stadium will be packed or not. But I can show you that the final, that stadium will be full.
So yeah, I see what my old man Johnny from Chicago. So Gio, you can hear us?
Nah.
All right, so we'll take you up from here. Yeah, Abdul will be doing our final analysis here. We got our guest in the back for today, tonight's show. So before we wrap up here, I want you to let our people know, because, like you said, poor advertisement. People don't know the schedule. I personally don't like this new whole routine the way it was before. It was really good. They are doing a very poor work at publicity. People don't know who's playing net, who's qualified, where we stand. What's your message to our people about next game, and what's your message to the county, like the steering team, and also the folks that are also heading this. And then lastly, we got Ivory Coast lost today. Unfortunately, we got our neighbors got beat by Egypt, a very good team. So I want you to pull all together, wrap it up, so we can usher our next guest in.
Yeah, thank you very much. So, one thing I can say when it comes to Nima County and the county league, uh, a guy Okudi who normally say God does not drink king juice. The kind of preparation and money that Nima has put in this tournament, no other team has put it through. There were a few decisions that have been going against us, and I think maybe God is the one who's defending us. For example, the penalty against Reward G, where we were down 2-1 to come. Even today, there was a 6-minute added time, and the game went 10 minutes. That would mean there were extra 4 minutes, although we understand that there were some changes made within it, but all of those stoppages that were in the game did not reach additional 4 minutes. But all of those things, as we said, based on our preparation, based on the support that we are putting through, the momentum we are bringing to the tournament. I think I sent you some videos, Alvin. You're going to see how the team is being escorted. You see the fan. So Nima is actually the spirit for this particular year's, county league. So I think from what I see, the momentum is high. Nima going to reach the final, and hopefully Nima going to carry. As for the African Cup of Nations, I think it was a little bit balanced today. West Africa won 1-8, and then North Africa won another 1-8. And trust me, today was the best performance for Egypt so far in the tournament.
Yeah.
I actually thought that Africa would have won, but the difference between Africa and Egypt from the game that I watched today, I think maturity was one of it. The Egyptian team seems to be more mature than that of the Ivorian team, and physicality in the team. The Ivorian team is more skillful and skilled, but they are not very physically strong as compared to the Egyptian team. So I think the physicality play its own part, in the tournament. But watch out for Nigeria.
Yeah.
The team got speed, they got strength, they got defense, and everything in that Nigerian team. And Victor Osimhen, he's playing like his whole life is dependent on this particular tournament. So let's watch out for Nigeria.
Yeah, thank you. I agree with you. They took out Ivory Coast winger today. They took the guy from Man U, Ahmad. They took him out today, so there was nothing really much they could do. They outplayed them. They outplayed them from the start all the way to the finish. But yeah, thank you so much for coming again. We really appreciate that.
Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Tonight we are joined by Dr. Pan. Gina, you here now? Your internet set?
Yeah, I think it's okay now.
Okay, I'll let you take over then.
So thank you so much. See you. I like the way you got my back on the show always. Let's welcome to the show Dr. Samuel G. Pan. Doctor, good evening and welcome to the show this evening. How you doing, Chief?
Thank you very much, Mr. Payne. I'm happy to be here.
We are great to have you on the show here this evening. Let's get to know you. Your name, where you hail from, your professional background. I mean, I saw a lot about you today when I wanted to do research. I was kind of a little bit scared there saying that.
See, you already saw a lot. Why don't you tell them about the lot you saw? Anyway, I'm Sam Gonkawan. I'm from Tapeta, born and raised. I'm the son of the late representative for District 6, S. Gizi Pan. Born and raised right there in Tapeta. I came here to the States a few decades ago.
Yeah.
Currently, I work as a mental health provider here in Minnesota. I'm married with half a dozen kids, and in fact, they are all adults now. And I think that's it. If you found some other thing that's interesting, you can say that.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
that's me.
let me add a little bit there. He's a full fledged member of UNICO. I mean, someone that is highly involved into our NIMA community. Anytime you see UNICO, anything NIMA related, you will see him there. And then obviously what we came to talk about here, the school in Tapeta, he's one of the main brains behind it. So we'll have to discuss that. Yeah, but he's a full fledged member of UNICO, someone that is highly involved in NIMA communities here in the US, across the US.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Doctor. It's great having you on the show here tonight. I need to be really, really mindful. Let's start the conversation from Tapeta. Recently, we saw on the executive mansion page that there is a technical vocational institute in Tapeta City. Having done some little research about it, I was told that you serve as one of those committee members during the formulation of that institution. Give us a little backdrop about everything that happened in Tapeta and how far we are today.
Tapeta geographically is the largest district in Nimba by size, but I think it's one of the least populated. Um, it's one of those places in Liberia that loves education. If you go back before the war, we had about maybe 16, 20,000 people, but we have 5 high schools among those 20,000 people. So education has always been a great thing over there in Lower Nimba, and but we have never had a post-secondary school. In fact, even high school, it took a long time to have a high school. It was not until 1980 that we had our first public high school in Lower Nimba. Before that time, I think the only high school in all of Lower Nimba was Quendin Vocational Training Center, which was a private Baptist mission that was providing high school education. But since then, things have been growing very fast. We have always clamored for and lobbied for a post secondary high school, I mean, a post secondary institution. And especially when in 2006 they opened the JFD Referral Hospital over there, we thought it would be a good thing to have an institution that was training the local people to now work not only in the hospital but all the industries that are connected and related to having a referral hospital within your district. So we have been lobbying, we have been fighting, we've been doing everything we had to do, and blessedly for us, this year the president, um, President Barker, um, actually passed the act through the hard work done by our representative, Honorable Dorwan Glikia, and we finally got it done. So we are happy to be here, and we are glad that it was finally done, and we hope that we can help make that institution one of the best in the country.
Now, you serve on the committee, so we need to know a lot more about that institution. What were those systems that you guys put in place? I mean, we saw a lot of people appointed to the institution, but we do not know how many facilities the institution have, how many different technical courses will be offered there. Since you serve on that committee, do you mind giving us a little bit of, you know, juice on that thing?
All right. Uh, so you got to ask the question one at a time so that I can figure out where to find the information and give that to you. But basically, we got 3 people. After the act was signed by the president, we were consulted and asked to seek leadership for the institution because that's the first thing you do. We have previously participated in, in helping to found the what is now called the Nimba University in San Nicolas. So this is something we've been through before. So when we were contacted, we said, well, let's do what worked the first time. The way it works best is to find the leadership and then give them the responsibility to actually go and do the work on the grounds. Instead of asking people sitting in the diaspora or sitting in Monrovia to work things out, let's find the head and the principal adjutants to the head and then give them the responsibility. So we formed a search committee here to go out and search for the most qualified person that will head the formation of the institution. Uh, that search committee was headed by Honorable Cyril Lawley, who later became appointed as the chairman of the board. But we served on that committee. We went out. There was about 11 of us that went out searching for the most qualified person of Nimba descent that will head the formation of the institution. Um, Blessedly for us, I don't want to say luckily, blessedly for us, we contacted Dr. Ya Gonwe Gono, who was the one that formed the what is now the Nima University, and say, hey, can you help us since you've done this thing before? Can you move down to Tapeta and help us out? And she, even though she had just left UMU and formed her private agency to be a consultant, and she was thinking about retiring and just consulting with other people. We said, well, can this be your last hurrah, right? Go do the one last time before you retire. And she was patriotic and compassionate enough to accept that responsibility. We also contacted, I think in all there were about 6 finalists that went to the interview for the president, for the job of the president. Dr. Gono was one of them. We say 6 or 8. 6, I think. In the end, there were 6 finalists, and Dr. Gono was one of them. She got selected, and 2 of the other, in fact, the runner-ups were contacted. Like, okay, I know you wanted to be president, but if you don't get the presidency, will you serve as vice? And the ones that accepted to serve as vice, the president was consulted, and in consultation with her, we recommended those other 2 gentlemen that you saw in the executive mansion release as vice president for administration and vice president for academic affairs. But just to be clear, all those people were qualified enough to become president, but they were also patriotic enough to say, listen, I just want to help. If I can be president, I will help out still as being the VP for either administration or academic affairs. So we have a very capable and qualified team that is currently, as we speak, they are currently in Tapeta doing some groundwork because they're ready to go.
Thank you. I mean, we have a lot of questions to ask, but I will go to the CEO to ask his 2 questions, and after that, we go to DK, the unique
DK.
See, a unique man, when they see each other, they can't power each other after you.
Yeah.
But Dr. Pan, I just want to say thank you for taking up your time with all the busy schedule you have. You've been able to work out, interviewing your schedule to come on here. We want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on here. We hope that you promote this platform as we continue to grow. Just
Definitely.
quick question here. So with the school, do you guys plan on building the school before operation start, or you will start operation before building the school?
As we speak, I heard from the president today. She's ready to start operation when school opens this year.
So that
So
means
I think there is a little bit of money to start a foundation of of the first building,
mhm.
and we will continue to work with that. But no, they are ready and willing that if they can recruit enough faculty, they
Mhm.
will start school as early as March. Like let's say start the groundwork for the school in 2 months, and by September when school opens, they will be ready to accept students by that time.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so yeah, you talked about a little money there. We had another guest here who touched on this a little bit, but want to hear from the house's mouth. Budget wise, how much
That
was
a nephew. The
that
girls
nephew?
out here like a
Oh, that
nephew.
nephew. Oh, okay. You gotta see. No one, no one. You gotta see. Yeah. So, budget wise, how much was allocated for this project overall?
Well, if you want to
Max.
hear from the horse's mouth, you have to talk to Representative Bowen. He is the co-chair on the Ways and Means Committee in the House.
Okay.
But what we have requested for to help us with the recruitment and stuff was a couple $100,000 to help with the recruitment. One of the mistakes we made when we started the Nima County Community Center was where we recruited all these people without a budget. And
Mhm.
then when the people came to Liberia to get a job before we started running
Yeah.
after the budget, so you gave people a hiring letter, but you ain't got no money to pay them. It was very difficult. So we learned from that error and we tried to get a little bit of money. Some of the people, what they would get between now and September would just be stipends.
Mhm.
It's not a huge amount to run such an institution, but it's just something that will at least cover the salary for those top three people, and then the immediate people that they think they need to cover up. I mean, to be able to start by September. So I, I don't think I'm authorized to release the exact amount,
That's fine.
but it's good enough to give the president enough confidence to say they will be ready to start by September.
Yeah, we've extended numerous invitation to the rep from your district, and he has not been able to take
He's
us
a
up.
very busy man. Like I said, he's co-chair of the Ways and Means Committee in the legislature, and he also co-chairs the NIMA Legislative Caucus, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes people don't have to come onto the thing. You can just send them the written question and let them send you a written answer. If they don't have time to appear, you can
Okay.
We
just,
don't do
yeah.
that here. Your school being here for to send answer the
Eh,
question to somebody
I
they
So,
mean,
don't answer.
uh,
so Med,
We
let
do
me
when
let
I
interview
was in
here.
Liberia, DK, they used to say 10 better than zero.
me.
So,
No, we do interview here. We not do questionnaire send it to somebody that we're doing paper to submit and not dissertation we're writing. Thank you very much.
all right.
Yeah.
I
So
only
so
find solutions to issues. I don't necessarily go by tradition. I
mm,
find solutions. So
yeah.
it's like if you really need the numbers, you
Mm.
figure out how you can get the number. You don't stick to your own tradition if your tradition is not producing the solution you want.
Yeah, we're a media platform. We will continue to go after him. We'll continue to reach out to him.
I
He's one
will
of
pray
our
for you.
Yeah, he's one of our leaders. We had a lot of busy people that come on here from the two senators to all those other guys. I think they're as busy as him. So, but
All
anyway,
right.
I have to say that I admire Tapeta folks. Right, when I every time I talk to other people, other districts from Nima County, I reference the Tada. You guys are well organized, and you guys do a lot. I think all districts from Nima that should learn from follow your footsteps. Now, what I have two questions. The first one is, what role did Tada play in this whole process?
As an organization, Tada did not have an official role,
Okay.
but those of us that played the major roles in the selection of the leadership of the institution now, we 90% of us came from TADA,
Okay.
right? So as an organization, it's not like the organization was officially invited and then had an official resolution to participate. But those of us that participated, we all have some roots in TADA. So there was not like an official connection between the two organizations, but practically with the same people.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Thank you. And then I'll ask my last question and then have DK and the other guy take over. You know, we both live in the US here. You have massive experience when it comes to organizational structure, from other institution you've part of, the board structure and all that stuff. The rep in question, and I look forward to asking one of these days, but he did a really great job. You know, congratulations to the people of Tapeta. I have to give it up to all of you. Great job. I think our people will benefit from that massively. He pushed this bill to have this pass
He
from
did.
from prior regime to now, and we got to say kudos to him for that. Now, personally, I think there's a little bit of conflict of interest when you guys were doing the board structuring. He's also on the board. He's sitting on the board. Don't you think that
Who are you talking about?
they are the representative District
The
6?
representative, yeah, okay.
He's on the board, right?
Yes. I'm opening the document now. Yeah, go ahead. Ask your question.
Yeah, he's on the board. Don't you think the person who pushed this bill fought very, very hard to have this bill passed, also sitting on the board there, decision making and all that stuff? Won't you think it will have some sort of conflict of interest when it comes to influencing decisions about this institution?
Not necessarily. The role he plays on the board is considered a statutory role, right?
Okay.
So it's like on the board, I'm trying to find a document here that constitutes the board. And what they did was there are several people that have a statutory role on the board of directors, and he happens to just be one. So, for example, like the Minister of Education is on the board. I think the Minister of Health is on the board. So the representative of District 6 is on the board. So let's say if there was next year, or let's say next election, and he decides not to run, whoever wins that position becomes the board member. So there's no conflict of interest there since it is not personal. It's just a statutory role. And the chairman of the board is a private citizen. So the expectation is that the chairman will be able to bring some level of sanity and also clarity to how the board operates. His position is there's no conflict there at all, and like I said, it's statutory.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. DK, welcome. Let's hear you, Chief.
Thank you. Dr. Kwan is my old man. So the Tapeta thing is dear to my heart because my kids, they are there from there.
Conflict of interest, right?
all four of my children, my first set of children, mother from there. So, yes. Dr. Kwan, I think when you are spending
how many set of children you got? You see,
exactly.
My grandfather was a chief. He married 22, so I'm thinking to go through that, man. We did well. My family is large, so I had to.
Set. You're not married 22 women, but you're doing it by set.
Yeah, mine is set. The first set from Tapeta. I'm thinking about hitting.
You gotta get one for Seclapier or by area, another set.
Yeah, I will do Green and Doru right behind Tapeta as well. But my question is, the university, do you have a structure already?
What do you mean, like a building?
Because I hear you saying the person is on ground working on a structure. Do you have, because this university has just appointed vice chair, president, and everybody. Where's the campus located? Do you have a picture of the current university campus that we
No,
can put on and
the
everything?
university does. I mean, the technical, how they call it, Tabitha Vocational and Technical Institution does
Institution.
not have a physical building at present. But like I said, we have a little bit of money to start the foundation of the first building. But there are other school buildings, public school buildings, and public buildings within the district and within the city. And I said the team, the president and her vice presidents are in Tapeta today as we speak, and they are looking around for available structures that they can use by September to start while they are building their own first building. So the institution is not necessarily about building, it's about teaching and training. And we can teach and train anybody in anybody's building until we build our own. So they're going to start the teaching and the
So
training by September.
I don't get that. You currently in the US. Do we establish institution, appoint people to manage the institution without a physical building, a physical location? So
Yes,
when somebody is
yes,
renting the university, what address are they using?
yes. They don't have zip codes as far as I know in Tapita. So if you were to address something like if I write a letter to my mom right now, I put Tapita, Mano Camp area, she still gets it. There's no zip code or no writing on the buildings about addresses. But yes, even here in the United States, before institutions are built, even the university I graduated from that were built in the 1800s, they're still building new buildings as we speak, right? So there's going to be buildings all the time, but an institution can start without having its own building, and some institutions start in rented property and then they build their own and move on to their own buildings. So the biggest thing, like I said, about an institution is about the lessons taught and the trainings that are learned, right? So Tapeta Vocational Training Institute might be in one building this year, and 2 years from now move to a different building and a different campus. We have places where they can move entire campus from one place to another place. So what we are focused on is finding the capable people that will be able to establish the institution and do it right the first time, find the staff that will do the teaching and the training, and then by September, find enough students that are willing to learn, and we will start to teach them out of available structures that we can rent or lease while we build our own buildings.
So my next question to you is that do you think it was necessary without a building, without identifying a place for the teaching and everything, to appoint people that government will be paying them and the rest instead of saving the money to start a structure before doing that? Without
Yes,
doing
we
that, you
thought it
appointed
was.
people?
Yes, we thought it was necessary. We thought it was long due. Like I told you, we started this lobbying since before 2006, and then we ramped it up since 2006. For example, if they were starting a nursing training school, we have the hospital there that has rooms that can be used as classrooms. So we don't have to build our own nursing school building. We can use the hospital and the hospital facilities for nursing for the nursing and allied health programs. So yes, even here, the primary thing you do, I did not say we don't have a land. The city, the district of Tabata provided 15 acres of land to the institution. We asked for 20 acres. They gave 15. We are still negotiating for the other five. So we do have a land. We have enough money to start a foundation on that land. But yes, our goal, our vision is in the training and the education that will be done, and not necessarily what building the education is done in. They got entire universities that are online that don't have a single building, and they still teach and they are able to impart knowledge online with no building. So the building is good, but it's not necessary in order to impart knowledge.
DK,
So
I beg you.
can we just do online for now? Is that what you're saying
Uh,
in the case of Tabata?
in the case of Tapeta, there will, like I said, we are identifying structures that we can use. But I can tell you, not just me, but there are qualified Nimbayans here in the United States and some people in our network that will be providing classes online in that institution as soon as they start in September.
Thank you. I still want to ask more questions from where DK
Go
is
ahead.
coming from.
I'm ready.
Because now this is a technical institution we're talking about here, doctor.
Hmm.
It's not a tertiary institution where you would teach online for people to learn.
Hmm.
We're talking about more practical here than the theoretical aspect of this thing. So moving from one campus to another, don't you think it would be more stressful for the students, especially those that will be doing practical?
The whole idea of going to school is stressful, right? So those of us that require education, I mean, for now we didn't have one. If all you have to do is move from one quarter in Tapeta to another quarter, you think that's stressful? Our children have had to move from Tapeta all the way to Saniquile or to Monrovia. That is stressful. Moving from one area in Tapeta to the other area, that other stress is not considerable at all. So currently, all I'm saying is the team is ready to start and to start teaching. Even though it's a technical vocational institute, there's still theory. Before
Mm,
people go to do the hands-on, there's
mm,
still theory that they have to do. And there are certain other liberal arts subjects that every post-secondary student needs to know, right? So let's say you don't need, there's no clinical for ethics. I
mm,
can teach an ethics class from here online. This is what integrity means. This is an expectation as a professional. I can teach that online to people who want to learn how to be a professional, how to have integrity, how to do your work as a professional, right? You don't have to be in a brick and mortar building to learn ethics, to learn how to be a person of integrity in your community. You can read it in a book, or you can have somebody do a program like we are doing right now, and people will learn. Those who want to learn will learn.
Now, Liberia is evolving. NIMA is also evolving when it comes to all of those mining and other stuff that are ongoing currently in NIMA County. Tell us, what are those vocational programs that you guys have structured for that institution?
Well, we were not part of the structuring of the act,
mm,
but if you read the act that created the institution, the act signed by the president, they already selected five vocations that they thought would be a place to start, right?
mm,
If I can remember, let me open up one of my papers out here. I think I saw it. But I know plumbing was one of them. Electricity was one. Carpentry was another one. Auto mechanic was one. Um, let me see. It's in one of these documents I open up. But if you look at the act that created the institution, you will notice that they were going to start with five vocational skills. Allied health and nursing was another one. Um, So those, if you have a copy of the act, you can open it up and you will be able to see those five. But you can ask your next question as I look around. I'm sure I will be able to see it somewhere here and open it up for you.
Now, you serve on the committee to establish this technical institution. They have a lot of technical institutions in Liberia, one of which is in Sanicola, Nima County at the Nima University campus there. They face issue when it comes to practical. They do not have equipment. They do not have the material to carry on practical. What difference will the Tapeta Vocational Institution brings to the current vocational training institute around Liberia? What are the standards that you guys set that is quite different from the other standards they have at other institutions in Liberia?
First thing I need to clarify, we were not part of the establishment of the act. It was all done by the government of Liberia, right? All right. Let's get that clear. We lobbied for it, we fought for it, but the government is the one that established it. We this being in our district are willing to participate and collaborate with the government to make sure that this institution is top notch and, if possible, the best one in the country. As Alvin was telling you earlier, your CEO was saying earlier, we are very, how you call it, nationalistic in that part of the county. We're willing to do a lot of things, and we don't shy away from being the first. If I should brag small, in 2006, there were only 2 radio stations in Nimba. In Yikepa and Sanikwele, that was it. Tapeta was the first to actually build a community radio station. That was a Tapeta radio station. Tada built it 2006. And then today we have 31 radio stations in Nimba because of what we did. Everybody wanted to do what we did. And we don't mind building the number 1 vocational technical institute in that place, and people are going to come by and see it and copy it. We are intentional about it. We will do whatever we can do. Like I said, those of us here in the diaspora are doing whatever we need to do to make sure that we are fully engaged and fully involved, not to complain, not to protest, but to do what we need to do to make sure that that institution is worth the name of Tapeta on it, and to brag about it in the future and let everybody know we have done something again for the first time.
No. So the reason I'm laughing, I'm smiling is, I think that other bragging right there, I think you guys will not take it, because even though we don't talk about ours, BKS Foundation has an ongoing project in Bang.
Okay.
We're building a vocational school in Bang. So
our own will be better than your own. You want bet? Yeah, let's bet. Let's bet right now, and then we'll come back 3 years from now and compare notes.
I'll bring you back on here 3 years from now to have. But that's actually a good competition. We that's what we need. You know, we need that. I know you are saying Tapeta, but I think it's just a bigger picture, Nimba County as a whole, right?
Oh, definitely.
People follow our lead. If you go everywhere now, people talk about Nimba, how we are industrial, how we are developmental, and I think we need to continue to do that. But I applaud you guys for that. I just wanted to drop that joke in there for us to laugh.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, just so you know, let me give you a little Nimba history, right? So the original 6 districts in Nimba, right? They were all named after tribes, right? So you have Seglepie Man, Sanikwele Man, named after the Man tribe, Bere Gere, Zoge, named after the Gere tribe, right? Tapeta was the only one not attached to a particular tribe because it was so diverse, and it was a place of meeting. Not just, we have a highway that goes from Tapeta straight to Buchanan, and another one from Tapeta to Grand Jide. And most people from the southeast, before that place could be developed, if it is developed, Tapeta was their meeting place. So it is a very, very diverse place. It's a meeting of minds of most people from all over Liberia. And that's why we want to keep it that way. The future is we're going to turn that place into a hub, because there's also a highway right there from Tapeta to the Ivory Coast that pass through Butuo, right? Pass through Belige and goes up to the Ivory Coast. So we're going to make that place a hub in the country.
Yeah, the other question is personal to me. I got to ask it. Each time when you
want to set up children from Tapeta too?
No.
Okay.
Each time when you guys establishing a institution in Nima, you can bring Dr. Kono on board. But when the institution get into a place where she's supposed to enjoy the fruit of her labor, you start seeing all kind of politics playing around the woman, and you will take her from there. You did it to Nima University. How is it different now from the Tapeta Vocational Institution? What difference are you guys are making there before Dan reach again your three Omar Fernandez?
Well, I think you should ask Dr. Gono that. And you can't say each time or every time. She's done it only one time, and this is the second time. So you can't
So
take
you will
just
give up
one.
the
You
second
can't
time
take,
again?
hold on. You can't take one set of data point and make it like
Mhm.
it's universal. This is something that happened one time. We were all trying something new for the first time, including her. So we were all doing something new. But you should ask her why she accepted to try it a second time. I think this time around, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows the people she's working with. And I think she trusts those of us that are opinion leaders from that part of Nimba than the people she worked with before. But other than that, maybe that's her calling. You know, her first calling is in the ministry, right?
Mhm.
There are some people who are called to start things and other people who are called to run things, right? So leaders are people who are able to thrive in the midst of chaos. So they are able to start things that never happened before. But then sometimes when things are started and are running smoothly, then you need managers who are able to keep things the way they are so they don't get worse, right?
Mhm.
But I'm not defending the way she was treated in Sonic Quelly. I don't know all the details about it, but I was one of the people who did not appreciate the way she was treated. However, having said that, she is so excited for this assignment, and I mean, like I say, she's in Tabata right now, trying to start the school by September. When DK think we should wait until the building finishes first, you know.
Thank
So
you.
what major challenge or challenges that you guys encounter as a committee when you were establishing this institution?
Uh, so I've tried to differentiate the committee from establishing the
Yes, all right,
institution.
yeah.
It's the government that established the institution, not us, right?
The,
I want
the,
that to be
re-
clear.
the reason why I'm linking you guys to this is because somebody in the comment section saying that you guys want to build a bank in Tapeta again. So I'm
Oh,
kind
we
of a little
already
bit,
have a bank that is in Tabita.
oh,
We
wow.
already we already opened a community bank in Tabita as far back as 2015. That's about what 10 years now. So the
Okay.
bank is there. Is a long story, but
Yeah.
around that time, it was during Ellen's first term, and they had come with Afriland Bank to Liberia, and Afriland Bank was willing to help communities establish their own banks. There's one in San Nicolas, by the way, and the criteria at that time was if the people in the community can raise $50,000 by themselves, right?
Mhm.
Afriland will help them open their own community bank. A lot of the places in Liberia could not raise $50,000 among themselves. The people at Tabata raised $70,000 to open that bank. So yes, we've had a bank that is in Tapeta. Is right there. If you visited Tapeta, it'll be right there next to the city hall, and it's operating.
Yeah, so no, I want to stick to this community, the vocational school. I think is very, very important that we talk about in detail. Dr. Kwan, you and I know how important vocational school is. We're in the 21st century, and people in Liberia specifically, because I've worked with a lot of students there. I've been working there for since 2015 when I founded my foundation. They take vocational school for granted. They don't know the importance of it. I talked about the vocational school that we're building in Bond. It came about when one of our donors and I traveled to Liberia. Going Eric. When Eric and I went there, we went on the community college campus in Saninquili, and we were going through the students, the scholarship, their majors, and you will see these, psychology, you'll see, political science, a lot of liberal art, a lot of, courses, right? And it caught his attention. He asked me, he said, Alvin, have you guys thought of, we can pay tuition from now to whatever, have you guys thought about vocational school? How important vocational school is? And the gentleman in question was just a high school, or he's just a high school graduate, but he was leading one of the Fortune 500 companies in America. So he started talking to me about the importance of vocational school. So I'm saying all this to say that the project you guys are undertaking, it speaks volume. It speaks to the point that vocational schools are very, very important. Not everyone in Nimba, in Tapeta, all over there will be able to come to Monrovia to go to UL or even Saninquili or wherever they are going now. But getting some type of vocational education in Tapeta or in Nimba County after high school, I believe prepares students to be in a better position when they decide tomorrow to come to town or to go to other universities and stuff like that to pursue their higher education. So I want you, based on your experience again, I want you to talk to our followers, talk to our people here tonight, a little bit about the importance of vocational education in Liberia, and then you tie that to your Tapeta vocational school.
Oh, well, thank you. Great question. So when you go to post-secondary school, like after high school, you have two big divisions where you have the liberal arts and then you have the technical arts on the other side, or sciences, right? Now, the liberal arts, we need people there so that, because, like when they say politics in Liberia, the definition means lie, right? When a person lies, they say, oh, that politics. But politics is a science, right? They teach the thing in universities. It's a science. So, but people don't really know that. Anyways, so they got these liberal arts like management and business and stuff where people go to learn the social sciences, where people go to learn how to deal with other human beings, how to turn your ideas into things that serve humanity. And then there's the technical or vocational arts where people learn how to build things with their hands, right? Whether it's carpentry, masonry, mechanic, and all that stuff. And society needs those people just as well, or sometimes even more than they need the liberal arts people, because we got a whole lot. When the University of Liberia is graduating, the largest class is always public administration or political science or something, where those liberal arts stuff. What Liberia needs right now is vocational training, people who can fix things, right? People who can build things. And you don't need to go to college for 4 years or 5 years. Like when you go to a liberal institution, like you go to a university, you spend your first 2 years learning all these liberal arts about history and ethics, political science, geography, all that stuff before you go to learn the real thing you went to the university for. You spend 2 years doing all kind of liberal stuff that you're probably not interested in. When you have a vocational technical institute, yeah, maybe there'll be one semester, like your first semester, that's going to make sure you are prepared to grasp the concept, right? So even if you want to be a carpenter or a masoner, you still need to know how to measure, right? So there'll be that first semester when they'll have to go through some remedial stuff to learn some stuff that might not be directly related. But when you go to a vocational school, you are not spending your first 2 years learning liberal arts. You go straight into, you want to be a mechanic, right? Like you go straight after your first semester, depending on how you are starting. If you are starting strong, after that first semester, you go straight into the mechanic shop and start learning hands-on how to be a good mechanic, right? So the difference between a vocational technical institution or university is, okay, for example, when I went to nursing school, right,
Mhm.
at a university, I knew I wanted to do mental health, but I spent 2 years to learn all the other different types of nursing. Trust me, I did a whole semester in labor and delivery, right? It's something like I never imagined myself going there or will ever work there. But before they let me out of their institution, they
Yeah.
had to make sure that I know every aspect of nursing, even though I think I may never work in those areas. But that's part, it comes with the territory. Now, if it was a vocational technical place where I only wanted to learn mental health, they
Mhm.
would not send me to go do labor and delivery, cancer care, and all the different things the university made me do, right? They'll just go straight. You'll spend your 2 years here, and by the time you're done, you will know everything you need to know about this thing that you came to learn. And you may not know about other aspects, but this thing you came to learn. And that's where the biggest need is. When you are leaving Tapeta coming to Monrovia, right?
Mhm.
And your car breaks down somewhere in Plato, you might be there for a whole week because nobody in Plato there knows how to repair the car, right? What if we had a robust institution that was putting people out, right? On our highway, there will be mechanic shops along the highway so that when you break down, there'll be people there to help you. When you go to build your house, I went to build my house in Tapita and I gave the guy the whole measurement and I said, how many blocks you think it would take to complete the house? And he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Right? Because but if you went to a technical vocational school, you can just take the measurement of the building, the length and the width, and then take the length and the width of the blocks, and then you are able to tell somebody exactly how many blocks it would take to finish the building, right? You ask the person how many bundles of zinc it would take to finish my building, they can look at the plan and still do that. So the technical vocational thing is what we really need on the ground right now. And the reason it is important, even like people in agriculture, right? Some people go and plant. I just heard recently from somebody that went and planted planting somewhere, and half of the planting died, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, if you have tested the soil, if you know what type of soil planting can grow in, maybe you will not plant your planting in the place where it died,
Mhm.
right? So even as our people are interested in becoming industrious, this institution is going to help them get to the place they want to get with some level of technical experiences and technical knowledge in order to be successful in whatever endeavor that they want to get into.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is a really good answer, and I think we all have to take this very seriously. And I'm a big fan of vocational school. I have nothing against the liberal art college degrees and stuff like that, but I believe vocational school is the way forward. Look at even America, China, or if you go to community college here in the U.S., those who do the little things, they make a lot more money than some people who go to college, get all these student loans, and then they can't even afford a job. They can't even get a job to pay it back. But I think that's a good thing. We all need to continue to push for it and all that. Now
Definitely.
we will talk about other things. You are a mental health expert or practitioner. Have you thought about something, incorporating that into schooling over there? I don't know if you consider a vocational school or something. Yeah, but I believe that's something that we need in our county, in our country. Maybe we can save that for another discussion, another time, because that's a huge. But how will you incorporate that on a brief response there?
In a technical vocational sense, That's not one of the things that they are pushing as a technical or vocational thing. We are always willing to disperse the knowledge and the capacity that we have, and we are willing to either collaborate with any facility on the grounds that is interested in mental health. Um, but for now, it is not part of the vocational training institute, and but we do shows like this over there, and
Okay.
even one of these days, like you say, we can come back and talk
Yeah.
about mental health and the impact it has on our people. Sometimes some people don't even know that they have an issue, and some people don't know whether the issue they have, there's solutions to them. And we bring hope that for most of the issues that we face, some of them we know the names to them, and some of them we have the solutions for them, and we are willing to get to as many of our people as possible that need help.
Yeah, and like I said, I will reach out to you. We'll organize that better for another time because I know that's very present. It's very important. We'll do advertisement. We'll talk to other radio stations in Nimba around there to relay it, and then we can get you on here on a Saturday or Sunday to talk to our people about the importance of mental health. But I will stop there and have Junior continue.
I think the doctor answered all of our questions from the vocational side. When Lorena is just joining.
Yeah, see, Lorena just came. Maybe I'm sure she
Yeah,
got.
so
She's
let's
been in
give her.
the call.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know whether you asked him. Good evening, Mr. Kwan.
How you doing, man?
I don't know whether you were asked the programs that will be offered at the vocational training institute. I'm just
They,
interested to know what programs that they are going to start up with.
they did ask that, and let me see here. I was looking for it. I know I saw it earlier, but like I said, there was going to be plumbing, electricity, auto mechanic, allied health, which includes nursing, and carpentry. So they're going to start with five, and then as they build capacity, they will add those other things. There are like 16 trades and professions that are considered technical vocational in Liberia, and that's a long list. But out of those 16, they will take these first five after doing like a community assessment to see what do the people in um, the people in that part of the county, which of these 16 trades and vocations will they benefit from first, or are they interested in first? So after they did that community assessment, they came out with these five: plumbing, electricity, auto mechanic, carpentry and masonry, and then the allied health, which includes nursing.
Lorena, are you there?
Okay.
So Tata Kwa, thank you for that answer. And I would like to suggest to you, and then you can take it back to your people. We got Nima University that is offering nursing. We also have the LRCC in Ghana that is offering nursing. So we got two colleges in Liberia that are offering in Nima that are offering nursing, and there is no school in Nima that is offering midwifery. So midwifery is either an associate program or or full degree program. So
Mhm.
maybe that's something you can consider. And I mean, you're going to be the first in NEMA to offer that program, and you're going to attract a lot of students into your institution because people leave from NEMA. Like I got one student in Phoebe. People leave, she graduated from Ghana. I was a guest speaker at the program. When she graduated, she was the only student who decided to do midwifery. And so I took her as my student. But she has to come with to PB in Bon County because there is no school in Nima offering midwifery. So I think that's something you will want to consider, and you're going to attract a lot of students because they go to Zozo in Lopa County, most of them. And it can happen interpreter will be much shorter for our children.
Well, thank you very much, Ms. Lorena. And actually, in the concept paper that we wrote to JFD, the reason they say allied health was so that they can include all these things under one umbrella. And I think midwifery was listed so that, but I will emphasize that fact that when I talk to the leadership next time, that yes, we should actually, so the proposal they sent to JFD, in fact, midwifery is one, right? It's the very first is on the top. They got midwifery, clinical nursing, X-ray technology, ultrasound technology, and OR technology like scrub nursing. So midwifery is on the list, but with what you're saying, we probably have to emphasize it a little bit more so that you know, if that will help more of our people to know the thing, to know how to. We know about the maternal mortality rate, how high it is in the place. So yes, that's a very good suggestion, and I'll let the leadership know ASAP.
And the good thing about your school is in Tapeta, and then Tapeta got the hospital. So when it comes to the clinical and practice and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to be a problem. So
Yeah. So when I say JFD, that's what I mean, the hospital.
Yeah. I'm aware.
Okay.
So it puts you guys in a very, really nice position to make a lot of changes over there. And I think people from our area, hopefully my foundation, my vocational school will be ready before yours.
Yeah, hope is not a strategy, my bro.
Yeah, I was still the idea from St. Laurent, but overall, I think that's something that is really, really needed over there, and your spot is situated really well, and you're in a very good position to do that. So yeah, so I think that's what we have for you. Unless Sis Lorena, you got any question about this school before?
I think
I don't have any questions. And like I said on the show, I think 2 nights ago, I want to say congratulations to Tada, to every citizen of Tapeta who have pushed this thing for so many years, because it's not going to only benefit the people of Tapeta, it's going to benefit the people of Yahweh Mesno district, because Yahweh Mesno, the closest city to them that will have that, such a school is Tapeta. So
Yep.
this is a very big thing for us as Nimbayan, and we can all support it in whatever way we can. When I come back to the US, I got a lot of books, my old books. Maybe I need to divide it, donate one batch to NU and donate one batch to the institution in Tapeta if they have a nursing and midwifery program. Want to say congratulations. I'm really, really happy for this program, like I said 2 days ago, and we hope that it goes well. Yes, I'm just so happy for them.
Thank you.
Thank you. We are happy too. And we'll be calling on you for some consultation in the future, just so you know. If you got those books somewhere close to Minnesota you want to ship, let me know so that I can add some more books to it so we can further whatever criteria you
Yeah,
have.
that is fine. Well, not because as soon as I come back, I will call you, and then the ones for your school I can send it to you. And
That's
because
fine.
I initially intended to just give all to Nima University, but with this institution, I will be helping a lot of people across Nima, especially from the lower Nima end. I think you need to have a share in those books. I got a lot of books. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
We will take
that's
it
more
back
for you.
and pay for the shipping for you.
Thank
so.
you.
Doctor, you can't come here and then we leave you with a whole your entire, how you call it, is it Nikora or how do you call it?
Unico?
We can't leave Unico behind. We can't leave Nima Kante behind. We got to discuss a bit of Nima politics.
Go right ahead.
A bit of Unico politics. But before we go to that, I guess somebody that can really disturb me. I've been thinking whether this person got mental issue. What is one common sign of mental health problem?
Man, we'll bring a data by next time.
Okay, good question though. I was still going to say that before I walk off, but seeing you ask first, right? Okay. So most people don't know about what we do in mental health, right?
Mhm.
So when they talk about mental illness, um, mental illness is anything that affects the way a person thinks, the way you feel, and the way you behave,
Mhm.
right? Any condition that impacts the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you behave, right? So I know when they talk about mental illness in Liberia, everybody's thinking, I mean, crazy, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But most of the mental illnesses we see here in the United States is mostly about anxiety.
Right.
And anxiety is when you worry too much about things that you do not control, right? We all worry, but if you worry about things you control, you can find a solution, right? But if you are there worrying too much about things you don't control, then you have a problem because there's no solution to it. So you are there, you're not sleeping well at night because you worry, but because these things are out of your control, you can fix it and it's messing up with your life. That's
Mhm.
the 84% of the conditions we see is mostly about people who worry too much about things they don't control. The next group of people we see a lot of is depression. Depression is when you have that low mood, you're just feeling down, but you're not interested in doing anything that makes you happy. Or even when you try doing the things that make you happy, you still don't feel happy, right? That's the next group of people we see a lot of. That's depression, right? Before we get to things like schizophrenia about people who think, thing like paranoia is when you think people are like, they're setting you up, people are after you, but there's no evidence of it. They got people that genuinely think other people are always plotting against them,
Mhm.
but there's no evidence for it. That would be paranoia. Delusions is when you believe something to be true, and everybody now check, they can't see it, but you believe it to be true, right? All right, that then it's a delusion. That's a problem for some people,
Yeah.
right? And then they have hallucinations. There are certain people that hear things that other people can't hear. You and them sitting in the same place, and you see them they're hearing things or they're responding to things. You're sitting right next there. You can't hear what they hear, or
Mhm.
they see things that people sitting right there cannot see. So that would be visual hallucinations, right? So there's a lot. In fact, the book we have of mental illness I have in the other room, maybe
Mhm.
when I take a break, I'll show you, is this big. It's not just one condition about people who are acting crazy. It's just anything that impacts the way you feel, the way you think, and the way you behave,
Mhm.
right? And one day we'll come back here and go over through the common things that we see and then see whether people can check even the way some people forget about things, right?
Right.
There are certain people who just forget way too much, right? They can be talking and in the middle of the sentence, they
Forget.
forget what
Forget.
they were talking about. They can walk into a room and then they can't remember what they went to the room for, right? Those are all issues we can address, right? Some people will leave from the meeting today, even though we've been here for 1 hour. When you say what they talk about, oh, that was something about Tapetat because they can't remember anything we said, right? So even the idea of some people forgetting a little bit too much more than normal, right? So those are
Mhm.
all issues that we deal with in mental health. But we'll come back and have a whole show on it and
Oh
allow
well.
some people to call and
Mhm.
talk about their own experiences, and then we can talk about it at that time.
And we'll open the local lines in
Yeah.
Liberia. We'll try to do it, a very good time, and we'll,
Yeah.
we'll, we'll advertise it more in advance, and
And
at least have a lot of people show.
as you can see, I opened my own clinic here in Minnesota 3 years ago,
Uh-huh.
almost 3 years now. I'm one of the few Liberians that were able to do that. So we are operating here full time. We see a whole lot of people from age 7. My youngest patient right now is 7 years old, and my
Oh,
oldest patient is 88 years old, and we see everybody in between there with issues. And for most of those people, we are able to help them so that they can live a better life than what they were living before they came to see us.
thank you.
From the little one you just explained, I think my entire friend circle they got issue.
He would check. No, man, don't go there and start diagnosing people and be like, yeah, I thought of Dr. Kwame did man, yeah,
Uh,
mental health.
Yeah, so I think you really need to come here and then you discuss this thing in depth and what are the possible step that we can take to avoid these things. I think it would really be better for our people, especially those in Liberia, because a lot is going on down there and people cannot control these things. And that leads me to my next question. What is your overall assessment of this government currently in power?
I am not following this government as closely as I followed previous governments.
Mhm.
Um, I can't say I'm able to give an honest assessment since I'm not following them as closely as I did before. But I can say from a personal and very limited point of view, hey, quota reached appetite, and then we open our technical vocational school under this administration. So I got a lot of good things about them. I also am aware that I think this is the only administration that has fired people. One of the problems we have with either LA or Oppo was I don't think they fired anybody. It's like you can do whatever you want, and then maybe there's a press release or something, but people never got fired for not doing the right thing, right?
Mhm.
So for the little I know, like I said, I'm not following them closely. I open my own clinic, and it has consumed all of my time. Your CEO know that when he tried to make an appointment with me, I'll like, "Man,
Yeah.
it's not possible, right?" So I am not following them closely, but I will not be a good adjudicator of or let's say judging them and comparing them to other administrations since they've been there what 2 years now.
This year should make it
So,
three.
Three.
well, this year, all right. So
Mhm.
January will be the beginning of their third year, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
January 22nd will be. So they just been there 2 years. Out of a 3 year term, I think even if people want to compare them, they should still wait. Unless you want to compare the first 2 years of each of the previous administration with their
Mhm.
own 2 years. But if you are going to compare 2 years of Barker to 6 years of Opon or 12 years of Allen, that would not be a fair comparison. So I will wait and give them some time, and then we'll come at them if we see something that we think is going to negatively impact us, either directly or indirectly. We will come at them. I am not shy about criticizing them, but to be fair to them, I have not been paying enough attention lately.
How about
One
Tapeta? How about the leadership in Tapeta?
The leadership in Tapetai, currently, I am pleased with we have a new city mayor
Mhm.
um, that we have been collaborating with. Before the new city mayor, Honorable Kaliwood Dan, we had Sister Sarah Mendower there, who had been the city mayor from 1992.
Whoa.
So we did have some issues. She did very, very well. I mean, she carried us through the wall. There was not a lot. In fact, the formation of TADA was based on the letter that she sent us to say, hey, your city needs help. Uh, you guys need to put yourself together to help us out here. And that's how TADA was founded back in 2001. It was basically her cry to us for help. So we worked with her. As you guys, if you were following, we did send for her to come to the States here on 2 occasions, and we did some work with her. With the current city mayor, he's been there maybe a year or less, but we are working with him, and he's on a different trajectory than the previous one. And yeah, we're pleased with how the city is going currently, and the district as well.
So you're pleased with the district in terms of representation?
Uh, Currently, we have our issues with Honorable Dorwan in his first term. We made our differences known. If you could tell, during the campaign, we did not campaign for his re-election, but he got re-elected. So, as intelligent people, we went back
Mhm.
and said, well, we did not like how you ran the first term, and we did not support you. But since the majority of the people supported you, we got to learn how to work together. And we did our Nima thing. We blasted at each other. And after that, we did our Tapeta thing. We came back together. And as you can see, as with the school thing, we have been working together very closely. The minute the president signed the act, I was one of the first three people he contacted immediately. And he and I have had a good relationship since we had that discussion after the election, and I'm satisfied with the work he's doing currently, and we remain in contact with him. If he screws up, we are not shy to tell him, but he also knows that it is not personal. That he will continue to be my younger brother, and I will. If he's wrong, I will blast at him. But if he's right, I'll give him his credit. And I can tell you, in this second term, he's working really hard and in collaboration with us and majority of the people in the district, and we are pleased with him currently.
Yeah. Before Junior, I'm sorry there. Sorry to cut you off there. Before you come in, when you keep saying we, when you say we, is it we as in Tada or we as Dr. Pan?
Oh, we as in my own head,
Okay. You
right? I'm not here.
the head
I'm
of the
not here
family, right?
speaking. I'm not here speaking for anybody. I'm just speaking for myself, me and my family. When I say
Okay.
we,
Okay, got you.
uh-huh,
I just wanted to clarify that.
yeah.
So I think DK will have some little question there. For me, I think I'm okay for now.
Where
I'm
did
interested.
DK go though? He can be interviewing me, then he go eat and come
The
back
man,
while
the
I'm still
swallowing
sitting
GB,
down here.
babysitting, doing everything together. The man swallowing GB, babysitting.
Oh, he went to do research. DK, where did you go?
Papi, I ain't getting any reason on you. Everything about you in my hand, yeah. Everything about you in my hand, yeah. Yeah, so I missed, oh God. I missed some part of the interview. There was a breaking transmission for me from my end here. You know, when you hear and somebody call you directly, the interview is going on, the conversation is going on, so you can't hear anything. So I had to hang up and do that. And I still have some fundamental issues with the government, including Dr. Kpan and the rest of the people who put the idea together for the technical university. I strongly feel that without structures, the government really want to help us keep the appointment for now, put the money in the budget, build some at least 10 to 15 classrooms, equip that, and that before the appointment, then the people have something to start with. Without any structure on the ground, without any physical building, I think government will be using a lot of money that I think was to go towards the building, the construction itself. But beyond that, it has passed and government already appoint people, so they still have to take pay. And the next thing we'll start seeing that the same plan the rest of the people doing is we'll start rallying around here, sending message, oh, come and support Tapeta, come and support Tapeta, and that's it. But my next question to you is that in terms of style for this university, are you in contact with the current leadership appointed by the president to see?
Yes, I am in contact with them, and they are working on it. Like I said, I think they were just officially appointed less than 2 weeks ago, and they are currently in Tapeta. I think they got to Tapeta 2 days ago, and they are working on it. I got an update today. Asani which of them is responsible for recruiting faculty, which one is responsible for making sure the land thing, they were able to get the deed and all that stuff. So they are working. So they, as soon as they got the appointment letter, like I said, the search committee identified them about a month ago. So they were ready and waiting. And while they were ready and waiting, they were already working. So right now, from the little I know, the person that was supposed to be in charge of curriculum was already writing up curriculum. The person in charge of recruiting has already started identifying people that will serve on the faculty and stuff like that. So yes, I mean, I'm not saying your idea that the structure should have been built first before hiring staff. I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm just saying we went the other way. And about asking you for money, we will continue to ask you for money. We are not ashamed to do that. I graduated from the University of Minnesota, which that has over $2 billion in escrow, and every year they ask me for money 3 times. So asking for money is not a shameful thing. Those of us that God has blessed to have spare change on the side, we should be able to donate it to other people who are less fortunate so that they too can be blessed. We are blessed to become a blessing, than not to eat it all by ourselves. So I am not shy asking people for money that will help other people to get to where they have to be. So get ready, DK.
Ye-
I will
Yeah,
ask
thank
you.
you. My next question to you that I know the president is somebody. It was that the same lady that used to be with Nima University and went to UMU. Is that the same Gono?
Yes, but I thought you did your research. You say
Yeah. So then the next group of people that appointed along with her, you said they are all qualified. Do you can you just speak briefly about all her deputies, the vice president for administration, and because I hear you saying somebody is responsible for curriculum, or the chapter is hiring somebody to do the curriculum, or the government is doing that. So can you just clarify that
no,
and
no,
just
no, no.
briefly,
All right, let me
briefly tell
clarify
us
that.
about
Maybe
it?
you got it wrong. Let me clarify that. Okay. If you saw the executive mansion release, the president and two vice presidents were appointed. Dr. Yagonla Gonwe Goner was appointed as president. Mr. Melody Toa, vice president for academic affairs, and Mr. Ebenezer Strutter, vice president for administration. When I talk about their qualification, these were people who were all qualified and applied to become president of the institution. They were interviewed, and after we had selected the president based on her experiences, especially working in Nima County in similar structure, in similar positions, not just at the Nima Community College, but like you said, she went to UMU as well. She retired. She started her own consultancy agency, but she was good enough, kind enough to get out of retirement to come and help us start this school. Um, what I said earlier was I am aware that um, the team, all three of them are in Tapita as we speak. And I'm also aware that she had assigned things that the other two VPs can be doing in the meantime. And I said one of them was assigned to go after things that staff recruitment, and the other one facility and resources stuff like that. So they are actually working from the day that announcement was made. They have started working. I said they were selected by the search committee about a month ago.
Mhm.
So the time in between while they were waiting for the president to do the appointment, they were also working. And I said some of them were already building curriculums already for some of those courses that they have experiences in, right? So just to clarify that. These are very highly experienced people. You know that the Liberia Teacher of the Year for the last 3 years is a Tapeta teacher, right? For the whole country, the best teacher of the year, Mr. Alan Thomas, 3 years in a row. In fact, I think this year he was also selected as Africa Teacher of the Year. It's right there from Tapeta. So the principal for the school that had trained him to become a teacher, and the principal for which he has been teaching, is Melody Toa, who was appointed as Vice President for Academic Affairs. So we have some level of trust and expectation that whatever the training was that he gave to Alan, he will be able to help the other faculty members that are coming, so that since we got a Teacher of the Year title interpreter, I will just stay there for. Next year, the next Teacher of the Year will come from there too. It might be a different person this time, but he's willing to impart that kind of knowledge and experience into as many of the people we recruit, those that are willing to learn. He's willing to impart that kind of thing into them. And so we have very high expectation of the institution we are building, and we'll hold our feet to the fire. We don't start things and fail. We want to make sure we just don't want to survive. We want to thrive. We want it to be one of the best institutions out there. That's why we are starting low. Instead of 16 different stuff, we're starting with just 5. And the 5 that we know we can staff correctly, and we know that we'll be able to produce some of the best technicians in the country.
Thank you. You guys are the best. You want to be the best and role model.
That's the only thing. We're not asking for much. We just want to be the best.
So while we're at that, when you want to be the best and you're serving as a role model, you got to do it in a way that other people will emulate that, right? So District 5, our area may want to come up one day and say, yeah, you see what we want to follow that. But here's my question to you though.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to follow suit, we want to also see the transparency. So my ask of you is to reach out to whoever's responsible for the budget. We would like to know. We would like to learn from you guys. Choose transparency for future, right?
And tell them what? To tell them to call you? Man, no, get your producer to call them.
I've done that several times, and exactly. I've done that several times. He's turning down. So if you're going to be the role model and we follow your footsteps, things like budget, especially like in the budget line, your lawmaker who's also representing Nimba County from a larger extent, not making this public for us to know, I think that's a little concerning.
Okay, don't get me wrong. I am not saying it is not public information. I say I am not authorized to give it. And since you look forward to me as a role model, I should tell you I will not take a responsibility that I can't deliver, right?
Okay.
So the budget is supposed to be a public information. When the budget passes, you're supposed to go right into the budget and see what was given to the technical institution. If you want specific information, there are specific people concerning the institution that are authorized to give such information. So I can be a role model and then I'll be doing things I'm not authorized to do. That would not be correct. So either you ask Dr. Gono directly. I think she would not mind coming on and talking. Like Junior had asked earlier, why would she put herself through this a second time? Yeah. Call Dr. Gono and ask her. I can talk to her about you, but I can't promise that she will agree. That one is out of my control. But I can say I can contact her for you and see whether in fact, I sent her the link to this show and she might actually be watching.
You're watching, yeah. Yeah, again, thank you so much for that. That's something we've been asking for. We have your nephew on here. We asked the same question. We're not able to get the answer. Everyone that we ask about this, it's the same answer that we get. But anyway, that's it. We will continue to ask for it so we can know, because again, other people want to follow suit. We've had you for over almost 2 hours now. And I have to give, man, people like you, your time is money in this country. Yeah, I know how much it costs to hold you for over 2 hours. I'll ask my last question here, and then we can see if other people have last question. If not, so then we'll take your parting comment. This has to do with Unico. When we first came in this country, like you said, decades ago, from what I understood, Unico used to be, handled by, our fathers. My late uncle, Man, Wopia. Then it had, all those other Andrew Morgan. But I see a new trend, in which I'm very, very impressed. I like the way it's going. You see new breed of leadership, going from the president, the current president, and then you see the current board chair, a young guy, Isaac Kato, and other. I like that. What really prompted that, that switch, that move towards younger leaders, and what's your take on that? And you think that's going to continue? Do you see a different type of movement? Has there been improvement in terms of switching to a different generation, the next generation?
Um, well, organizations are living things, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to continue in perpetuity, so that I tell folks, when you start an organization, it's like you're having a child, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's that first 2 3 years when that organization needs you totally involved and engaged on a personal level to make sure that organization can stand by itself. After about 2 3 years, the organization, if you did your work right, should be able to stand and be able to do certain things for itself. And a generation is considered to be 20 years, right? Your organization should actually change generation minimum 20 years. Most organizations, like every 10 years, they change generation, right? So by the time we go down 20 years down the road, and the same people that were there in the 90s are still in charge in 2020 something, your organization is dying, right? So we were very intentional about recruiting the young people. It
Mm-hmm.
was not easy because the old people, the way, let's say, the generation before me, their engagement with the government of Liberia was purely political, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we demonstrated when we thought Nima was not being treated fairly, or Nima was being targeted. We put out press statements and stuff, and it was not until after the war that we decided, you know what, Nima can speak for itself politically. What
Mm-hmm.
Nima needs now is a development organization, right? What we not if we waited for the government to build Nima, we would be
Yeah.
like River G. I'm
My
sorry.
goodness.
Anybody from River G? I just saw River G in the comment stuff and I picked on you. I'm sorry.
I
But
did that again. It's favor.
in Nima though, we don't wait for the government to build stuff. Anything good we see in Nima, we see anywhere in the world, we bring it home to Nima.
Right.
So we thought that's where the need was. Let's see if Unico can turn to a development organization and see how we can collaborate with the other people on the grounds to help take Nima to the next level. You know, Nima always wants to be number one in the country, and to be number one is a continuous process because other counties are trying to beat us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we needed to work together to keep Nima where it needs to be. And in order to do that, my generation came, we tried, but we were caught between those two forces, the
Right.
old people that didn't want to change, and the new people that didn't want to deal with the old people because the old people didn't want to change. We were caught between there. Fortunately for us, we I think we started out here in Minnesota, where we
Mm-hmm.
started to get the young people involved, and we built up momentum. And then we took the young people from here to the national. They took over. They brought in more young people, and you can see the result.
Right.
If you went to Nima, you can see the result. We actually have structures on the ground because of the young people that came in, right? Uh, the old people started. They had the thought, they had the idea, they've been working on it, but the kind of momentum that was built by the young people, including DK them that came in, Ado, they were able to raise money that has never even been raised in our lifetime, and then they were able to complete a project, right? And when that project is done, that's just the beginning. If we continue this momentum, if not just Minnesota, if we can get each or all of the 14 chapters in UNICO to bring our young people on board and change over generational leadership to these young people, I'm sure we can do wonders all over the county, not just in Ganta or the Ganta San Nicolas corridor. We are thinking about doing things in Buyao and Twa River,
Yeah,
Tapeta, Yahweh Mesno, Zoge. We are thinking that if we keep this momentum up, every district in Nima is going to see that not just here, they're going to see something with Unico written on it to say Unico did something in this district and not just hear about Unico. So, yes, the new generation is impactful. The new
Mhm.
generation is bringing momentum that those of us that have been around 20, 30 years, we were already tired. We were just going to Unico convention because, just to say we're part of Nima County here, but we were tired, right? And these young people came in where they never been around, so they have not been as burned out as we
Mhm.
were, and they bring momentum. One of the things our New Year resolution will be is to reach out to all these other chapters and see if they can bring in new blood, new people who have not been part of UNICO or who don't know any good news about UNICO and get them involved and engaged and see how we can take not just UNICO but Nima County to the next level.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, it has been a great, great interview. Sis Lorena, if you have any questions, you can ask. If not, our guest has been here for about 2 hours, and I really, really appreciate you, Doc, for coming on here. And I guess I will reach out to you behind closed doors so we can organize something. That mental health program there, I will put my all into it, and we will make connection and try to really push it. Open the lines in Liberia so people can call. And then I think education is huge. People don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. So
Mhm.
I look forward to that. So Lorena, if you have questions, you can ask the doc. If not, then we're asking for his parting comments, and then we'll take leave of it.
I don't have a question, but I would just say thanks to the people of Tapeta and especially to the folks in the US and even the ones in Liberia for putting that all to this, and thanks to the lawmaker who um, um, crafted the bill that brought about this institution, and everyone else that helped. Want to say thank you to them. I'm happy because if you know Nima, if you know the landmark of Nima, you know that this institution is going to be located in a place where it's more important, even in the location of Nima University, to be frank. Because if you look at Babli, if you look at Gui and Doru, if you look at the Yahweh Metno and then the Tapetan itself, you know that there's a need for such institution. So I want to say thanks to the people of Tapeta for this institution. And yes, I'm happy that Allah's Help is one of those programs on that list that we're going to be starting one of the first five. So I'm really, really happy because there's a need for it in our country, especially so when you have JFG right there, where it's a good place for practice, where you can see a lot of cases from Liberia and from Ivory Coast. So the students will have opportunity to see a lot of cases. And also, I want to say thank you to them. And yes, that's it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Gina, you want to close it down?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Dr. Sam Jikpa. Thank you very much for being here. I mean, it has been a wonderful, wonderful conversation with you. I think you need to plan as fast as possible to appear here to discuss this mental health issue. Like I said, I have friends. I know those boys are going through something, but they don't know the category they honor.
But you
So
cannot say men.
the
Okay.
category they honor, they don't know.
Uh,
So,
well,
So you
I
can
should
tell us.
warn you. I should warn you. You are not authorized to diagnose anybody. So
No, no,
don't
no.
go out there and be diagnosing your friends,
Yes,
and
oh,
then they. So, anyways, I'm always excited to talk about mental health anywhere, anytime, on a weekend. If you have
I
to do
learned.
on a week, if you want to do on a weekday, that's something we have to plan way ahead. It can't be more than 1 hour, right? I can put it in my schedule, but we'll plan it way ahead, and
We'll do
I
weekends.
can block that 1 hour. If it's on a weekend, I will be able to be available as much as possible, and then we can talk about it. I'm always excited to talk about that. One of the reasons I opened my own clinic was where, I had 800 patients and 750 of them white, right? It's like, okay, what's the benefit of the education I have if I'm not helping my own people? But then our people are afraid to go to those facilities. And then I say, okay, maybe if I open my own clinic somewhere in a quarter, they will be able to come, and they're coming slowly. It's not as fast as I wanted to, but that was one of the reasons I opened my own clinic so that our people can feel comfortable to come over there so we can talk. Because the issue of mental health is universal. And not just for white people or all kind of people. It's universal. We all at any given point are going through some kind of stress at some point. Some people have resilience, some people know how to handle it, some people don't know how to handle it, right? But the knowledge is available and almost free, right? We are willing to dispense it for free for those who are looking for help. But some people, when they know the truth, it will set them free. And some people, when they hear the truth, they'll run away from it. But we are willing to come and let them know what we know so that those that need help can get help. I'm happy to be here. You see me rubbing my eyes. I got a lot
Yeah,
of lights flashing into my eyes. But
He was
yeah.
I'm
about
happy to be here, and I'm
Mhm.
available anytime the CEO call me. I will come on and we can talk.
Thank you,
Uh,
that.
thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
being
much.
here.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Yeah, so he said a lot of things from the TVET in Tapeta, a little bit of mental health issue that I know some of my I will say men that I know that we can talk. The men that got leg problem.
Oh man, that I just told you to not. You don't have right to diagnose animal. You just go. You don't go on the street out tomorrow and see a man and say, "Oh, you know what? I talk to Dr. Kwan. He said that some thing he
No,
said
but
that
but
you."
having
Yes.
even the mental health thing in America, there are states the way you see somebody walking. Say for instance in Arizona, when you see somebody crossing the road when the light is green and somebody crossing the road, the, anybody can petition you in Arizona for you to be evaluated. So it varies. So who know there will be a law in Labrador that they say whether you are a SAC data or not, you can petition somebody to be evaluated. So the law varies. So Satan will not say that in Arizona. No, anybody can petition you in Arizona to be evaluated for mental health.
Not really. I don't know much about.
Yes.
But someone that is not your family, you just see anybody. You
No,
say,
anybody can petition you in there. That's why I said the state law varies. The level the code when you go because there's a mental health code. That is
mm-hmm,
the difference.
mm-hmm,
The data when somebody petition you, data will evaluate you. When they evaluate you, they present the the evidence, the document. Then you will have the state lawyer will be there, and the state defense counsel will be there before the judge. They evaluate you. Now, the thing about Arizona is when they evaluate you or not, there should be a court order first before you take treatment. So there will be court order. So it varies. So who knows? In
No,
Liberia,
but
we will establish that one day and
yeah, for me, I'm just kidding, man. Even though my man and too, sometimes he can do something and I can be looking something out. Again, one of my picking, my very close picking, I'm not quite near. The CEO know the picking, very close picking. Some of the things the data was saying to that, my late brother was going closer to it some kind of way somehow. So I will not call him me. I will just leave it. And after the show, maybe we can discuss that. But it has been a wonderful conversation with him. let's give each person at least 2 to 3 minutes to give us their fair assessment about the doctor appearance. For me, I got nothing to say. He's a doctor. He knows a lot more than I do, so I cannot critique
I mean,
whatever he
since
says.
I controversial, man, you see that too. I think, my man, that's controversial, man, you see that too.
You know,
But it's
so
a good papa. He's a good woman.
I think he did. I like him. You know, his output very well. You know, well spoken. He spoke. You know, clearly. I like the way he answered all those questions. Even though the budget thing, I still asking people when I ask the same answer I get from everyone. Claim it's a public document, but you know he doesn't. He's not willing to say how much it is. But overall, I think the whole initiative is very, very good. I think, like Sis Lorena said, and he said, our people will benefit from it. And I'm expecting more good things to come from that. And I hope that other people, other parts of the county will follow the recommendations I was given to Sis Lorena about the midwifery thing. I didn't even know, sir. I didn't even know about it. You got University of Nima there, and then you got the other ones, but they don't offer that. And that's something that is very important. We need that in our place. But yeah, overall, I think he did well. It was a good show. Today, I'm glad our guests didn't leave. You know, our guests we had yesterday just left, that we couldn't get him back. We kept asking for him. He said, "The guest said you're gonna come to the Inca." So, but yeah, overall, I think it was good. It was a good show, and I like this. I like this type of show where people, and like I said, I will reach out to him. We'll plan something where we'll have other platform relay the show and talk about mental health in detail.
Yeah, I think it was a really great show. My only concern is the issue of the TVET in Sanicole. They have been facing some other issue when it comes to practical. The government has not been paying much attention to the TVET in Sanicole. Some of those students, they barely don't even go to school. Some of those courses that were offered, it is to my knowledge that some of them have dropped. Now, what difference will the TVET in Tapeta brings to Nima County? This means a lot to us. And another thing is those courses, I think some of them need to align with our current labor market, especially the issue of mining, the issue of heavy duty mechanic. These are industries in Liberia currently that are evolving. And you realize that with all of the concession deals that are being signed, they will really need these people. I'm not saying they will not need plumber, they will not need the other people, but they will really need these people to work. My major concern again has to do with Dr. Yado Dagon with Kono. That woman suffered behind Nima University. They play politics, they use students, they use other people, and they remove her from that place. Now she's going to Tapeta to start this from scratch. So if they try that again with her, that one they will make the woman to do something that she's not supposed to do. But anyways, Mana Lorena, let's hear you after you, then DK can end up for us.
Yeah, so this show we often talk politics, development, this and that. But tonight I want to give it out to the NEMA Sports Steering Committee. I want to give it out to the fundraiser team. I want to give it out to our boss. In 76 minutes, when even the commentator said Grand Caton is going to win in this zone and be tapping with 7 points and Nima with 5 points. They didn't even know that the ancestor, Blosso Towe, Prince Johnson, Jassy Fiado, Johnny Voka, they were all meeting and planning what to do. And boom. And our coach is a very good coach. So he made a change. He put out one player and put the ball he put in was the one who made a pass for James Tapper to score the goal in the 76th minute of the goal. And then the 90 minutes went by, they added 6 minutes. The 6 minutes went by, the refs stood there and 3 minutes extra went. Only because they thought Grand Caton that is of the size of 3 of our sanitary districts, they thought they would he will defeat us. Not knowing the Mate Blosoto where the Mate Johnny Fuka was standing behind our goal. And I mean, the heart of football was on the field tonight. And we defeated Grand Cape North. And Nima has emerged as a head. I mean, the lead for that zone with 7 points. Can you imagine from 4 straight to 7? That's the power of Nima. I want to say congratulations to our boy. I even escorted them to the hotel. We escorted them. Everybody went to the hotel. I mean, I don't know. It was so, yes. Nima, I don't know what I would have done in this night if I were now on Nibayan. I don't know what I would have done if I were now in Nibayan in this life. I don't really know what I would have done with myself. Maybe I would on Nima to marry, just to become on Nibayan by marriage.
Just a little joke though. Somebody just called me tonight and said that Ashton making a big Grand Cape. Ashton carry a defeat to Grand Cape. Somebody said that Ashton carry a defeat to Grand Cape and a big Grand Cape. You shouldn't have supported them.
I said, I don't want to put my money in that one. But one thing I can tell you that Grand Cape don't want to be with a computer, the one with a printer, the one with protest template, the one with city lawyers. Get ready to fight protest.
Yeah.
The Martin Nima, when we beat, no need for case. We beat Claire, Jean Stapper. I don't know. Yes. I mean, it's so, and the fundraiser committee, you know, they have collected money or the last one, they have collected a lot of money, and they came out to say for scoring, for defeating, for celebrating. They put a lot of figure out there. I don't want to get a figure in my head, or just to motivate our boss. So we wait for Grand Pastor and Master Rider game tomorrow. So the winner of tomorrow's game will be playing Grand Cape North, and then the second person in that zone will be one that will play for the semi-final. And we know we're going for final. We came from the bush with 7 points in the zone, and then in this zone again, we are qualified to semi-final with 7 points. Nima, you know, 7 is a very significant number. I mean, the number 7 is the number of completion. So I'm just happy. I just want to say thanks to our boss, to our lawmakers. Each of them contributed $500 United States dollars, besides the senator who contributed $1,000 each. So this is how Nima will put aside every other thing, politics, for the interest of Nima. Other countries are struggling, saying, oh, the captain was brought by the other politicians, so they won't support it, you know. But unlike Nima, our lawmakers are together and supporting our team. So we want to just say thank you to our lawmakers for what they continue to do over time. It's not unique to this administration or to the 55th legislature. Nima has always done that. And to our player, I want to say thank you. And even to CEO, thank you. I saw the list and you contributed. So I want to say thank you to every one of us. And I don't know, maybe off air we can say that a BKL, we can put $20 together and contribute in our own name as a platform. That will also be something good, so our name can be on the record. Yes, so I'm just happy tonight.
Yeah, I can tell the excitement. You know, I listened before we close out. I listened to James Diba. He did a podcast after I think Basel lost their first or second game, and when you listen to that, he talked about frustration, and then he said they need to learn from Nima. It's not even about the money. You know, Senator Kanga has been giving money and all that. It's not about the money. It's about the coming together, you know, being unified and, you know, speaking in one voice. So we can all agree, disagree here all the time about other things, but when it comes to Nima, we are all together, and everybody knows that. So, and I want to say congratulations to the team, to the players, to the leaders, the steering committee, everyone that is supporting Nima. And we'll win it. I told people the last time that we will win it. We'll win this trophy this year. The team is very good, and with the support. Sometimes today I was a little afraid. I said, the type of pressure that on the beginning, I hope they should not be too much pressure to be able to be able to lose this game. But it looks like the coach is managing it well. He's managing the players well, and the players too. It looks like they are used to this type of pressure, because playing for Nima is not small thing. So so I'm happy, and I like the song. I like the DJ when the game finish. Every time Nima plays, you got our major night anthem, and you play that, and and the whole stadium will be nice. So congratulations to our team, and we'll see them in the semi-final.
Thank you so much, CEO. Thank you for being here tonight, Madam Lorena. Thank you too for being here. And want to give it up to our guests for also being here tonight too as well. Those of you who are also watching us on Facebook and YouTube, want to say thank you for also watching us. Those of you too who are listening to us on radio, want to say thank you for also listening. And I want to take this time tonight to say a very big thank you to our OB crew who are always bringing us the game live on our page. Genesee Baimi, the senior commentator, big kudos to you. The man Matthew Koi, the photographer, big kudos to you. The lone female, Rosalind, is it Tengme or Tangba? Rosalind Tengme, a big kudos to you. I mean, it's really a difficult task, and I'm pretty sure that after the game, all of the media institutions from the county, they have their own personal dissatisfaction. And I believe that those dissatisfaction will be channeled and they will have it discussed. Those grievances will be discussed. But we will leave Monrovia first. When we come back to Nima, then we can be able to discuss those things. But again, thank you to all of you. Those of you too who are out there at least making sure, sending one or two that card to our boys on the field to make sure that they bring the game live. We want to say thank you. We appreciate all of your efforts. And BGS is here to stay, man. We are here to stay forever. And the bigger news is that we will be starting a project this month.
This month, yeah.
I want to say thank you to all of you who also promised that have given your promises. Senator Samuel Koga, I want to say kudos to you. Receive your 200 bags of cement donation. And it is to my knowledge that Representative Koto Quagri donation is also available for pickup. So I want to say thank you.
And Prince.
And Prince Boo. Prince Botu also gave his own donation. He was the very first person.
Yeah, 100 bags.
The very first person, he gave his donation of 100 bags of cement to the platform. And we want to say a very big thank you to all of them. I mean, Prince, our own man, the senator, our own man, the representative, our own man. The rest of the people, they are our own man. But some kind of way, somehow, when they do wrong thing, we sit on here and we got to let the public know, because that's why we were established. But again, it's been a wonderful conversation with all of you. CEO, thank you for being here. Hopefully, we'll be back here again tomorrow. I'm pledging my support now to Nigeria since Ivory Coast is out of the league. So I'm going to Nigeria to support the Super Eagles. Tomorrow, they will be playing Morocco. That will be a really nice and beautiful game. So hopefully, the guys win their game. I think it's on the 14th. Hopefully, they win their game so that at least one West African country can stay in the league too as well. But it's been a wonderful show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.